Today I'm going to share 7 of the best websites out there where you can find free fonts that you can use commercially in your designs. Website number 1 on my list is called the League of Movable Type, which is more of a curated font library. They don't have a massive amount of fonts, but the ones that are on here are definitely really nice and high quality. So if we scroll down a little bit, then we get to the first set of fonts. We've got the Neue Black, we've got Black Out, which this one looks very eye-catching for t-shirt design or for stickers, for example. Chunk is a font that I've used a lot in the past, also with the texture effect. I'm not sure if you can get that version on here, but I've gotten a lot of t-shirt sales with this font specifically. And then we've got a few more interesting ones. I think this one looks cool. And essentially with these fonts, what you can do is open them up, just click onto the actual font example, scroll down, and it tells you right here, what does open source mean? Because all of these fonts are classified as open source, and it says it means you're allowed to download, install them for free, and use it for personal and or commercial work. That's the important part right there. So you can use these commercially. You do have an option right here to make a contribution, but you don't have to. You can just click download in the bottom right corner, and then it'll be saved to your device and you can install these fonts. So super cool looking ones. These are really professional and a nice library to check out. All of the websites I'm mentioning in this video will be linked in the description. In the number 6 spot, we've got free design resources, and this website has got various different categories. So we've got fonts, mockups, templates, and graphics as well. If we click onto the fonts category over here, then one thing to note is you have to filter these by 100% free with the license, and then this goes down to just over 100 results. But you can also filter by category, which is handy. So we've got sans serif, script, etc. right here. A lot of these fonts though look really nice. I like the look of this Hamoros font. We've got Luna. This is one that I've used a lot in the past, and a ton of these other ones as well could probably do well on t-shirts or print on demand designs. So flick through these pages, check out these fonts. Really nice selection and a lot of variety as well, which is always nice to have to get some sort of new inspiration and new ideas for your designs. Moving on, here we've got Creative Fabrica, which is one of my favorite websites in general when it comes to freebies, because they have a massive freebies section over here on the right hand side. And if we click into free fonts, then we get the fonts only filtered out. These are all free for commercial use, and there is over 4,000 of them. You can sort these by popularity or by newest, and then just scroll through, flick through the different pages right here. So let's go to page 4 just as an example, and you will find a lot of fonts on here as well that are useful for print on demand. Creative Fabrica does have a lot of print on demand centric graphics and fonts, so it's an ideal resource. And this is completely free, by the way. Creative Fabrica has a free trial to their subscription model, but these fonts, you can actually get them totally for free if you click this green button over here. If you click the purple one, that's going to sign you up to a 1-month trial instead. So if you don't want that, make sure to click the green button at the top to get the commercial license with these free fonts. Until, by the way, is another font that I've used a lot on my designs. I really like this one. Nice script font that works well in combination with some bold sans serif or serif fonts. In the number 4 spot, we've got Google Fonts, which is a massive library of commercial use fonts that anyone can download and use for free, which is super cool. So Google Fonts, it works very easily. You can search for fonts at the top. You can type in a text to preview on the left. Then you've got a lot of different filters and settings to go through. So you can filter by the decorative stroke. So serif, slab serif, sans serif. You've got classifications down here. Like if you're looking for a display font, you can filter by that. And one thing to note is a lot of these Google fonts are more suitable, I think, for web design. They're quite basic or simple in the sense that they're more sans serif orientated, but you can definitely find a lot of gems in here that would also be applicable to print on demand or other types of design projects. And I wanted to show you a few different fonts that I use a lot and that you might find useful for your design. So let's start off with Monotone. I think that's how you spell it. Yeah, there we go. I think that's a super nice looking font and can work well for vintage designs. I've used this font a lot for years, I'm pretty sure. So if you creating a design for 1973, I think that looks pretty neat. Imagine like a vintage retro color scheme with this, and it will definitely give you a nice result. So if you found a font, you can download it with this button in the top right corner. Let me show you a couple other ones. So there's also Pacifico. That's a nice looking script font. Let me just delete this preview text. There we go. This one is quite thick and bold, so it's more easy to read if you're using it on a t-shirt, and works well in combination with other more simple fonts. And the last one, we've got Anton. This is very simple, very condensed, easy to read and bold. You can make it very big on your t-shirts. And this is also the font I use in my thumbnails quite a lot, by the way. So now you know what it's called, and it is available for free right here on Google Fonts. In the third place, we've got Font Scribble, and I know this website looks super outdated, but it's not to be underestimated because their mission statement says, we know how hard it is to find quality freeware that is licensed for commercial work, and that's why I've done the hard work, hand selecting these typefaces and presenting them to you in an easy to use format. So all of these fonts on this website are free for commercial use, which is super handy because we don't have to apply any filters. And one of the first fonts that comes up actually is one of my all-time favorites for print-on-demand designs. I've created thousands of designs with this font, I'm pretty sure, and it's called Intro Rust. This is a massive font family, and you get 3 styles right here for free. I personally have purchased some additional styles since finding this free version because it is quite addictive. So you can download these with the big purple button at the top, and if you scroll down further, you can also find fonts in different categories over here. So if you're looking for a distressed font, for example, just click into this and you will get these filtered out. There's definitely some interesting looking ones. I like these banners as well. Those could be handy for t-shirt design or print on demand. So very cool website, a lot of valuable, nice looking fonts on here, and there's no worries about filtering out free for personal use ones because all of these are ideal for commercial projects. In the second place, we've got Font Space, which is an amazing website. They've got a super cool interface and they've got an abundance of free fonts. It does say 110,000 right here at the top, but it isn't quite as many if we're looking at commercial use fonts, because as you can see, a lot of these right here say personal use only. But not to worry, because at the bottom of the site, it does tell you there's over 17,000 commercial use fonts, which is definitely very impressive. And what you want to do is click into fonts in the top left corner right here. And then this page will come up with lots of different filters. You've got the newest fonts, popular ones. You can click on random as well, or commercial use. And this first page of the commercial use fonts already has so many nice looking options, so that's definitely exciting. You've also got the option to order this in a different way, so you can change it to trending, to newest. You can also change the size of the letters and type in your own text right here if you wanted to. Definitely a nice interface, looks really cool, and you can just sort of go through these pages. You could look for specific font styles as well. You've got a menu options at the top for styles right here, different categories with different options. Let's look at sci-fi fonts for a change. So if we make this smaller, what can we see right here? Definitely some interesting variety. And one thing to note is if you're looking through the styles, then you want to always check the commercial use box right here. That's going to make it easier to actually find the ones that are available for commercial use for free. So right, interesting website. It looks amazing. They've got a cool logo as well. So what's not to love? Check out Font Space. It's one of the best and one of the biggest free font libraries out there. And in the first place, the winner of this countdown is the FONT.com. This has been my go-to resource when it comes to finding free fonts for print on demand. I've downloaded so many fonts here in the past and also got a lot of sales with the fonts I've found on this website. And there's a few different ways to navigate it. You could look through the newest fonts or the top most downloaded fonts with these 2 buttons, but you've also got an abundance of different categories over here. So we've even got holiday topics like Valentine's Day, Easter, Halloween, Christmas. Some other interesting categories are horror, distorted, eroded. We've got cartoon, groovy, sci-fi again, serif and sans serif, you know, the basic categories. And there's also handwritten. Brush is a great one to check out, and graffiti. What you want to do if you found a category is, let's say we want to look at cartoon fonts, then you need to change a few settings to filter out the fonts that are only for personal commercial use. And we do this by clicking on more options. Then you want to check 100% free. Also, change the amount of fonts that we see per page to 200. That just makes it easier while scrolling through. And then we can hit submit. You have got the option as well to enter a preview text over here if you want to. But now we can scroll through these. So many nice looking fonts already. And all of these have the tag 100% free on the right hand side. That's what you want to look out for free commercial use. And once you've found a font, you can click into it. You can still enter a custom preview text if you want, and you can download it with this button on the right hand side. Oftentimes you also get a little example design for demonstration purposes over here, and you get the entire alphabet to take a look at. Looking through the top most downloaded fonts, I've filtered them by 100% free. I'll just show you some of the fonts that I've downloaded and used in the past. So we've got Babers, Neue. This is a really popular one. I've used that a lot. Cool Vetica is pretty nice. Cheeseburger I don't think I have used, but it looks super cool with these little sort of decorative elements right here. Sunday Mango looks super nice. I've not used it, but you know, interesting font maybe for more feminine centric niches. The bold font, this is one I've recommended before in videos. It's super simple, super easy to read, and it is bold, which can work well on t-shirts. Gang of 3, this font is very good for maybe anime niches or anything with a Japanese Asian touch. So that's a font worth checking out for sure. Freshman, this is one I've used a lot, works for sports niches or maybe, you know, a lot of male centric niches would do well with this. Political topics could do well. We've got Build Titling, another nice condensed font, a bit like Anton, what I showed you earlier. So Build Titling, I've used that a ton in the past, also worth trying out. So I hope this gives you an idea and a start with some fonts to sort of try for yourself, and definitely check out the different categories at the top of this website because there is a lot of gems in these different topics. If you enjoyed this video and if you like free stuff, then you would definitely enjoy watching this video next, where I share the top 5 best mockup generators that you can use for free.